Welcome everyone. This is your instructor Munira Topia at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Computer Engineering. Welcome back to the lecture of Analysis and Design of Algorithm. Today's topic is frequency count, best case, worst case and average case analysis. Now frequency count. Frequency count is number of times particular statements are executed in a given piece of code. If I'm given a piece of code and I want to find out its frequency count, I have to count how many times particular statement is being executed and sum up all the times of each and every statement in a piece of code. Take an example. A code contains only two lines, integer a is equals to 10, and another statement is printf statement, which is printing value of a. Printf a is equals to percentage %t value of a. Now, integer a equal to 10, this statement will be executed only one time. Again, printf statement also executes it only one time. So the total number of statements that are executed in this piece of code is only 2. Another example. Again, integer a equal to 10. It has been initialized. There is a for loop which is initializing I equals to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. One statement is contained inside for loop. That is printf statement. Printf a is equals to percentage %d, comma, value of a. Now, how many times each of these statement will be executed? So, initialization of variable a is only once. That is, it will be executed only one time. The for loop will be executed n times. Only one time I equals to 0 will be executed. Then control will go inside printf statement. Next, control will go to I plus plus, then comparison will be done. If comparison is true, again printf statement will be executed, again incrementation will be done, again condition will be executed. So basically for loop will execute from 0 to n minus 1 until this condition becomes false. The condition is I less than n. This condition becomes true n minus 1 times, and at the last time it will become false. So total number of time particular for statement will be executed is n plus 1. Every time for loop execute n plus 1 time, so every statement which is embedded inside for loop will be executed one lesser time. If for loop is at n plus 1 time, that means this printf statement will execute how much time? N time. Let us assume if this for loop is equals to n. So right from 0 up to n, all conditions will be true. So how much time conditions will be true? N plus 1 time. But there would be next one time where condition will be false. So at that time, frequency of this particular loop will be n plus 2. If for loop is n plus 2 times, what will be its printf statement frequency count? It will be 1 lesser than for loop's own frequency count. That means in that case, for loop will be n minus 1. But in this case, currently for loop is having n plus 1 frequency count. Hence, printf statement which is embedded inside for loop will have frequency count as n. So total frequency count will be 2n plus 2, which is equals to 2n plus 1. Now, third example. In third example, again e is being initialized to 10. I is equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. This is one for loop. This for loop contains another for loop, that is nested for loop. For j equals to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. A nested statement printf is equal to percentage %d value of a. Now, notice this thing that this printf statement is nested inside j loop as well as it is also nested inside I loop. So frequency count of first statement will be 1, that is equal to 10 will be executed only once. Frequency count of given for loop from 0 to n, it will execute n times. And 1 plus 1, why we are writing this plus 1? For one condition, for one comparison that will hold when this condition is false. Likewise, if this is n, all these statement which is inside this for loop will also have frequency of n. So this outer for loop have nested statement for and another nested statement printf. That's why for this n plus 1 we are writing this n and this n. Okay, now what is frequency of this for loop only? The for j loop will also have frequency count of n plus 1. Okay, this total frequency count of for j loop will be n into n plus 1. This n comes from outer for loop and this frequency is of j loop its own. If j loop contains n plus 1 frequency count, printf is nested statement inside j. That's why for this n plus 1, we also have another frequency count of printf statement, that is n. Okay, so let us see this. What will be the total frequency count? So frequency count of j is n. This n is derived from this n plus 1 and this n plus 1 is frequency count of j itself, that is equals to n square plus n. And printf statement is having n into n. One frequency count is derived from outer for loop and another frequency count is derived from inner for loop. That's why it is having n square frequency count. So let us sum it all up. It will be 2n square plus 2n plus 2, that is equal to 2 into n square plus n plus 1. Take fourth example. Again, it is a initializing a to 10. I is from 0 to m. Now notice this is not m, this is m. And inner loop is varying from 0 to n. It is again different, right? So earlier it was both n, here and here, and here it is m and n. So let us do it roughly. First integer equals to 0 will be initialized only once. This is from 0 to m. So it will be executed m plus 1 time. If this is an outer loop, all the nested statement will have frequency by default m. Okay. Now what will be the statement for j loop will have frequency? J will have frequency of n plus 1. Okay, if this is having n plus 1, printf is also nested inside for j loop. That's why we will have another frequency count for printf statement, which is n. So total, it will be 2m plus 2n plus 2. This will be executed once. Outer for loop m plus 1, inner for loop m into n plus 1, and printf will be m into n. If we total it up, it will be 2mn plus n plus 1. Now, best case, worst case, and average case complexity of algorithm. Now, what do algorithm does is it solves particular problem. We will take an example of linear search. That means one array is given and another key is given. We will search given key in a particular array. If key is found at particular location, we will result or we will print location at which key is being found. If it is not found, we will print element is not present in array list. Now, what is best case, worst case, and average case? Consider an algorithm as specified, sequential search, which takes an algorithm sequential search takes an array which is ranging from 0 to n minus 1. And name of array is A. And another input is K. K is nothing but a key which is need to be searched. It is one number which is need to be searched. Inside algorithm, we are initializing I to 0. while I is less than n, that means n minus 1 is my last element. So when I is less than n, that means it will start from 0 and goes up to n minus 1. If element at I is not equals to k, then we are simply incrementing index. It might happen that element is equals to k. It might happen that this condition becomes true. If this condition becomes true, while loop will terminate. We will check if I is less than 0. That means we have not still incremented I at any time. I's index is still less than n. That means element is found and we are returning its position. If it is I is not less than n, that means it might happen that while loop is not terminated because of this condition is false. Let me say this condition is true, but by incrementing I, let I is incremented and now I is equals to n, then this condition will be false and terminates. So if condition I is less than n, if this is false, then this if is also false. Then in that case, we will return what? We will return minus 1. So in this particular scenario, the running time is heavily dependent on what is your key. Let us assume if your key if your key is present as the first element, very first element of array, then when I is 0 will be executed, 0 is less than n will be executed. Element at 0 is not equal to k, but key is present at 0th element, so this condition will false and while loop will terminate and we are going to if statement. In that case, I less than n will be true and we are returning position of I which is currently equals to 0. In that case, see how many statements we have executed. We have executed this statement only once. We have executed this statement only once. We have not even executed this statement. This statement is not executed at all. This statement is executed only once and return is again executed only once. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, total in 4 steps my algorithm terminates. Why? Because key is present at first location. So what if key is not present? Then we have to keep on comparing throughout elements. So let us take an example. This is my array from 0 to 4. That is 5 elements are there, 10, 50, 30, 40 and 20. And key is 45. I want to search this 45 key in given array A. What will happen? My I will be initialized to 0. So I is 0. Element at 0 is not equals to key. So 45 is not equals to 10. I will be incremented. Value at I, that means element at 1 is not equals to 45. What will happen? I will be incremented. Value at not equal, I will be incremented. Value is not equal, I will be incremented. Value is not equal, I will be incremented. But now my I is equals to n. N is nothing but number of elements, which is 5 in this case. So at this time, this condition will false. If this condition is false, this condition is also false, and return statement will be executed by returning minus 1. How many statements are executed? One statement this, 6 time we have executed while loop, 5 time we have executed increment operation, 1 time we have compared if, another 1 time we have returned else statement. So number of steps increased, 1 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. That is total number of 13 operations we have used. That is called as worst case. What type of input we provide so that algorithm will execute its maximum number of steps. Okay, so that is your worst case efficiency. Worst case efficiency is nothing but providing an input of such a type so that algorithm runs the longest amount of its time, the longest among all possible inputs of the type. So worst case complexity of this particular algorithm is n. That means when it is worst case, when the key is not present in given sequential search element. Thank you everyone. In next lecture, we will see, in next video, we will see what is the best case and what is average case complexity.